Hi, 5th grade. Today we are going to be working on painting our sock. There's a couple techniques that I want to show you. The first one is wet on wet. Believe it or not, if you want a color to spread nice and evenly, you paint it with water first. So I'm going around all my little detail with just water. And when you do that, and then you add color, remember you have to wet the watercolor to get it to work. So let's say I wanted orange. I'm going to wet the watercolor. You're not digging your brush into the watercolor, by the way. And then you just start hitting the water, and it will kind of control, in a controlled way, go all the way where you want it to go. So you can kind of keep adding, and it kind of bleeds its way through the paper nice and carefully. Now, if that's not a dark enough color for you, you can always go back over it. Watercolor works in layers. You want to keep layering and layering. You can change some of the colors by mixing them. So this was wet on wet. If you just want to use it like regular paint, you would just take your color, get it wet, and then you can paint that right on. It'll be a lot brighter that way, but sometimes it's not as controlled. You'll also notice I jump around. I don't want to paint one thing next to the other because it will bleed from one section to the next, and you don't want them to run together. So for instance, if I was to do the word Mandy, I would do that later once this and this are dry. Another thing that you can do is if you want something to stay white, you can either color it white or you can even put in patterns. So like if I wanted to go in and add a little bit of added surprise to my picture, I use the white crayon, and then I would go and paint that section, and wherever the crayon was will stay white, and that's watercolor resist. Okay, so you can kind of see I did some striping inside that triangle, and there you go. So as you're painting, you're kind of scooting along and skipping some sections so that it has time to dry. I don't really want to see white unless it's intentional, like the crayon white. So your whole entire sock can have a color theme. You can do it by the colors of what the actual items that you did, because it didn't have to be Zentangle-like. And you are going to take this and put this on the drying rack at the end of class. Remember to hold it like a pizza, or in this case, just straight like a strip, and walk it to the drying rack. Put it as far back as you can handle. The brushes need to be rinsed out and tips up in the clean cup. These get snapped shut and put back in the drawer, and the crayons go back in the crayon bowl that you have out for you. Okay, so today we are painting our sock. Thank you for listening.